Nationwide canal and water bodies excavation and re-excavation program begins. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurates the program simultaneously in 54 districts through canal excavation at Shahapara in Kaharol Upazila of Dinajpur. Country building work begins through canal excavation program, says Prime Minister at public meeting at Shahapara of Dinajpur. Country building initiative to be taken to build agro-based mills and factories in Dinajpur with an aim to reduce of unemployment problem, says Prime Minister. More independent the mass media, more responsible the government, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapon after inaugurating self-reliant canal digging program at Gordonodi of Borishal. Holy Laylatul Qadr, the blessed night being observed with due fervour and religious solemnity across the country. On the occasion of Holy Laylatul Qadr, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman extends heartfelt greetings and congratulations to the people of the country as well as all Muslims around the world. Government decides to abolish lottery system for admission from class 1 to 9 in government and non-government schools, says Education Minister A.N.M. Ehsanul Haq. Main Eid Jamaat to be held at National Eidgah ground at 8:30 in the morning. 35,000 worshippers could perform prayer together. Last-minute preparations ongoing. City residents leaving Dhaka to celebrate Eid with near and dear ones. Crowds of passengers at bus and railway stations. Despite of the threat of NATO's future could be at risk, President Trump not finding support from allies. UK, Germany and Greece not want to use of military force in the Strait of Hormuz. And New Zealand cricket team will visit Bangladesh next month to play ODI and T20 series. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV News. I am Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. You just heard the highlights. Let's move on to the detailed stories. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurated the nationwide program to excavate and re-excavate rivers, canals and water bodies aimed at improving irrigation, boosting agricultural production and strengthening water management. The Premier opened the excavation of 53 canals across the country by initiating the excavation of the 12-kilometer Shahapara Canal in the Bolarampur area of Kaharol Upazila of Dinajpur district. He formally launched the initiative by cutting soil with a spade. Later, he planted a sapling of a tree on the bank of the Shahapara Canal. LGRD Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Social Welfare Minister Dr. A.Z.M. Zahid Hussain, Water Resources Minister Shahiduddin Chaudhry Aini and Disaster Management and Relief Minister Asabul Haq Dulu and State Minister for Water Resources Farhad Hussain Azad were present at the event among others. The BNP-led government has undertaken the program in line with its election manifesto to excavate and re-excavate about 20,000 kilometers of rivers, canals and water bodies and reservoirs across the country over the next 5 years. The Prime Minister took the program following the footsteps of his father, Shaheed President Ziaur Rahman, who had introduced a nationwide canal excavation initiative during his tenure. The program played a significant role in boosting rural economy, agricultural production and irrigation facilities, and the current initiative is seen as a continuation of that effort. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman said the work of building the country began through the canal excavation program. He said this while addressing a public rally on the bank of Shahapara Canal after inaugurating the nationwide program to excavate and re-excavate rivers, canals and water bodies this afternoon. He said the present government is farmers-friendly government. The government is working to establish agriculture in Bangladesh on a strong foundation, highlighting various government initiatives involving the country's commoners. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman said his party's political vision is to change the people's fortune. The Premier added, "This is our political goal. This is the politics of Shaheed President Zia Rahman. This is the politics of Khaleda Zia, and this is the politics of BNP government." Reflecting on the present government's development plans and steps to improve the living standard of the country's people, he urged the countrymen to remain vigilant against attempts to create division or unrest in the country. Emphasizing the use of surface water, the Prime Minister said that according to the plan, the upper water must be properly utilized through the excavation of rivers and canals.
আজকে শুরুক এই খাল খনন কর্মসূচি আমরা উদ্বোধন করেছি। এই খাল খনন কর্মসূচির মাধ্যমে আজকে দেশ গড়ার কর্মসূচির কাজ আমরা শুরু করলাম ইনশাআল্লাহ। আজকে আনুষ্ঠানিকভাবে এখানে খাল খনন শুরু করলাম। সমগ্র বাংলাদেশে প্রায় 20,000 কিলোমিটার খাল খনন করব। 20 কোটি মানুষ এই দেশে, এই মানুষগুলোর জন্য খাবার দাবারের ব্যবস্থা। আমরা এত মানুষের খাবার কি বিদেশ থেকে আনা সম্ভব? বিদেশ থেকে আনা সম্ভব না। এই খাবার আমাদেরকে এই দেশেই উৎপাদন করতে হবে। আমাদের যেগুলা মৌলিক খাবার দাবার, ধান চাল, যেগুলা মৌলিক খাবার দাবার এই দেশে উৎপাদন করতে হবে। কৃষি যদি বাঁচে তাহলে বাংলাদেশের কৃষক যদি ভালো থাকে তাহলে বাংলাদেশের মানুষ ভালো থাকবে। আমরা চাই খাল খননের মাধ্যমে উজানের সময়, বর্ষার সময় যে অতিরিক্ত পানিটা, সেই পানিটা আমরা ধরে রাখবো, যাতে শুষ্ক মৌসুমেই হোক বর্ষা মৌসুমেই হোক আমরা আমাদের কৃষক ভাইদেরকে পানি সরবরাহ করতে পারি, যাতে আমরা আমাদের কৃষির উৎপাদন বাড়াতে পারি। এই খাল খননের মাধ্যমে আমরা যেরকম পানির সমস্যার সমাধান করব, একইভাবে এই খাল খননের মাধ্যমে আমরা দুই পাশে ফলের গাছ লাগাবো, দুই পাশে যেগুলা মূল্যবান গাছ আছে সেগুলা লাগাবো, যাতে দেশের সম্পদ বৃদ্ধি হয়। এই কাজগুলো করলে মানুষের ভাগ্যের পরিবর্তন হবে। এটাই হচ্ছে বিএনপির রাজনীতি, মানুষের ভাগ্যের পরিবর্তন করে। আজকে যে মাসে 5,000 টাকা কামাই করে, আমরা চাই তার আয় রুজিটা আগামী 2-4 বছরের মধ্যে যাতে 5 থেকে ইনশাল্লাহ 10,000 টাকায় পৌঁছে। আজকে যে 2,000 টাকা ইনকাম করে, আমরা চাই এমন পলিসি নিতে, আমরা চাই এমন পদক্ষেপ নিতে যার মাধ্যমে তার ইনকামটা ডবল হবে। যদি 2,000 হয়, 4-5,000 আগামী কয়েক মাসের বা 2-4 বছরের মধ্যে যাতে তার ইনকামটা ডবল হয়। এটাই হচ্ছে আমাদের রাজনীতির লক্ষ্য, এটাই হচ্ছে শহীদ জিয়ার রাজনীতি, এটাই হচ্ছে খালেদা জিয়ার রাজনীতি, এবং এটাই হচ্ছে আপনাদের নির্বাচিত বিএনপি সরকারের রাজনীতি। এই খালটা ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা সম্পূর্ণভাবে যখন কাজ শেষ করতে পারবো, তখন কিন্তু প্রায় 31,000 কৃষক এখান থেকে পানি পাবে, এই খালের সুবিধা পাবে, এবং প্রায় 1200 হেক্টর জমি এই খালে যে পানি থাকবে সেই পানির সেচ সুবিধার মধ্যে আসবে। 3.5 লক্ষ মানুষ এই খালের পানির সুবিধা পাবে, এই খালের পানি বিভিন্নভাবে তারা ব্যবহার করতে পারবে। এবং শুধু তাই নয়, সবচেয়ে বড় যে বিষয়টি হচ্ছে এই এলাকার কৃষক ভাইরা তারা যে ফসল উৎপাদন করবে, এখন যেই ফসল উৎপাদন হচ্ছে তার থেকে প্রায় 60,000 মেট্রিক টন বেশি ইনশাল্লাহ ফসল উৎপাদিত হবে। আপনারাই গড়ে তুলতে পারবেন আগামীর ভবিষ্যৎ বাংলাদেশ। শুধু আমাদেরকে পরিকল্পনা করতে হবে এবং আমাদেরকে সতর্ক সজাগ থাকতে হবে যে বিভিন্ন রকম কথাবার্তা বলে কারা দেশে বিশৃঙ্খলা তৈরি করতে চায় তাদের বিরুদ্ধে আমাদেরকে সজাগ থাকতে হবে।
Among others, LGR and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Social Welfare Minister Azad Hamzaid Hussain, Water Resources Minister Shahiduddin Chaudhry Eni, Disaster Management and Relief Minister Asadul Habib Dulu, State Minister for Water Resources Farhad Hussain Azad, Whip Akhtaruzzaman Mia and local members of the Parliament spoke on the occasion. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has said initiative will be taken to build agro-based mills and factories in Dinajpur with an aim to reduce unemployment problem. The Prime Minister said this at a meeting and iftar mahfil at Circuit House premises in Dinajpur today. Tariq Rahman said that it is not possible to move the country forward by leaving half of the country's population, women, behind. He said the present government will make every effort to build the desired Bangladesh with the cooperation of everyone. Noting that the country has not seen the expected development for the past several years, the Prime Minister said the present government is the government of all. Therefore, this government will work for all the people.
বাংলাদেশের জনসংখ্যার অর্ধেক হচ্ছে নারী। এই নারীদেরকে যদি আমরা পেছনে ফেলে রাখি, পুরুষদের পাশাপাশি যদি নারীদেরকে আমরা স্বাবলম্বী করে গড়ে তুলতে না পারি, তাহলে এত বড় দেশ, 20 কোটি মানুষের দেশ আমাদের, এই দেশকে আমরা সামনে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যেতে পারবো না। কৃষি প্রধান এলাকা এটি। এই এলাকায় কিভাবে কৃষি সংক্রান্ত মিল কারখানা তৈরি করা যায়, বাংলাদেশের যারা এই ব্যাপারে মিল কারখানার মালিক, তাদের সাথে আমাদের আগামী সপ্তাহে ঈদের পরে আমরা ইনশাল্লাহ তাদের সাথে বসে আমরা এই এলাকায় কৃষি সংক্রান্ত কি মিল কারখানা তৈরি করা যায় সেই ব্যাপারে আমরা ইনশাল্লাহ পরিকল্পনা গ্রহণ করব, যাতে এই এলাকায় যারা বেকার যুবক আছে, যারা তরুণ সমাজের সদস্য আছে, তাদের কর্মসংস্থানের ব্যবস্থা করতে পারি। বিগত অনেকগুলো বছর মানুষের যেরকম প্রত্যাশা ছিল দেশ এগিয়ে যাবে, দেশে বিভিন্ন উন্নয়নমূলক কর্মকাণ্ড হবে, সেটি বলা যায় কোথাও তেমন কিছু হয়নি। 15 বছর 16 বছর ধরে যে কাজগুলো হয়, আমরা হয়তো 1 মাস 15 মাসে পারবো না। যেই সমস্যা তৈরি হচ্ছে, এই সমস্যাগুলোকে সমাধান করতেও সময়ের প্রয়োজন আছে। সেই জন্য আপনাদের সকলের কাছে আমি অনুরোধ করব, আসুন সমগ্র দেশবাসীর কাছে আজকে এই সুধী সমাবেশের মাধ্যমে সমগ্র দেশবাসীকে বলবো, আপনারা এই সরকারকে নির্বাচিত করেছেন, যারা এই সরকারকে ভোট দিয়েছেন, যারা এই সরকারকে ভোট দেননি, এই সরকার প্রত্যেকের সরকার। এই সরকার দেশের মানুষের জন্য কাজ করতে চায়, এই সরকার দেশের জন্য কাজ করতে চায়। কাজেই আপনাদের যদি সহযোগিতা থাকে, আপনাদের সহযোগিতা থাকলে ইনশাল্লাহ আপনাদের প্রত্যাশিত বাংলাদেশ গড়ার জন্য এই সরকার রাত দিন সর্বাত্মক চেষ্টা করবে, সর্বাত্মক কাজ করবে।
Presided over by the Dinajpur District BNP President Advocate Mofazal Hussain Dulal, the meeting was also addressed among others by Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Social Welfare Minister Dr. A.Z.M. Zahid Hussain and local leaders. Before iftar, special prayers and supplications were offered, seeking continued peace and prosperity of the country, nation and the Muslim Ummah.
এই দিনাজপুর এই আল্লাহ কবরস্থানে ঘুমিয়ে আছেন, ফরিদপুর কবরস্থানে আল্লাহ তেনাদেরকে জান্নাত নসিব করেন। আজকের এই ইফতারের আয়োজনে যারা সহযোগিতা করেছেন সবাইকে কবুল করে নেন। সুবহান রাব্বিকা রব্বিল ইজ্জাতি আম্মা ইয়াসিফুন ওয়া সালামুন আলাল মুরসালিন ওয়ালহামদুলিল্লাহি রাব্বিল আলামিন।
Before the iftar mahfil, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman distributed black Bengal goats among the poor, helpless and destitute under the Rehabilitation and Alternative Employment Program for beggars implemented by the Department of Social Services. Besides, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman visited the graves of his grandparents and aunt at the Sheikh Farid Model Graveyard in Dinajpur municipality. He recited Fatiha and offered prayers seeking the forgiveness of their souls.
إنك حميد مجيد إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Zainuddin Shaponet said the more independent the media remains, the more accountable the government will be. He made the remarks today while speaking as the chief guest at the gathering organized for the inauguration of the self-reliant canal excavation program in Kutubpur of Gordonodi Upazila of Borishal district. The minister said the canal excavation project cannot become a source of income for everyone. No syndicate will be allowed to form around this initiative. He added that within less than a month of forming the government, 5 promises made to the people have already been fulfilled, which he said distinguishes the current government from those of the past. The Information and Broadcasting Minister also expressed hope that through this canal re-excavation program, the country will be able to reduce import dependence and increase the amount of cultivable land. The canal excavation program has also begun in Mymensingh, like other districts of the country. The program was inaugurated this morning in Muktagacha Upazila by State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Yasir Khan Chaudhry. The initiative is being implemented by the Department of Disaster Management. On the occasion, the minister also inaugurated a tree plantation program along with both banks of this excavated canal organized by the Bangladesh Forest Department. At the same time, fish were released into the canal by the Department of Fisheries. The State Minister said that the government, led by the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, will continue to work tirelessly to improve the living standards of the people. The Member of Parliament from Muktagacha stated that all canals in the area will gradually be brought under the excavation program. He also said that the BNP will quickly implement the electoral promises made to the people. In addition to government initiatives, the party will also take organizational steps to expand the canal excavation program. The canal excavation program initiative has created a festive atmosphere throughout the area. Local leaders said that the program reminds them of the productive and energetic period of development politics during the time of Shahid President Ziaur Rahman. According to BNP's election manifesto, the government has taken a program to excavate and re-excavate 20,000 kilometers of rivers, canals and water bodies across the country over the next 5 years. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurated the program today through the excavation of the Shahapara Canal in Kaharul Upazila of Dinajpur district. At the same time, the program was launched in 53 districts across the country. In the first phase, 4 organizations under 3 ministries will excavate 1,204 kilometers of canals. The work will be carried out under existing projects, while preparations are also underway to take up new projects. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has inaugurated the canal excavation program, a historic milestone aimed at building a self-reliant Bangladesh. The program began with the excavation of the 12-kilometer-long Shahapara Canal in Kaharul Upazila of Dinajpur. Through this initiative, a massive nationwide effort to excavate 20,000 kilometers of canals are officially started. The program, considered one of the largest canal excavation initiatives in the history, was launched simultaneously across 54 districts nationwide. Through this initiative, irrigation systems in agriculture will improve and canal-based economic activities such as fish farming and duck rearing will be strengthened. It is also expected to restore environmental balance. In the late 1970s, the canal excavation program introduced by Shahid President Ziaur Rahman was a visionary initiative. Carrying forward that historic legacy, his son, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, has now taken steps to revive the program using modern technology. According to the election manifesto of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party government, the launch of this program just days after assuming office marks another promising beginning for the country's development. 4 key government ministries will jointly implement the 5-year project. Once the canals are revived, it will help reduce waterlogging in affected regions and ensure easier irrigation water supply to agricultural lands. As a result, farmers will benefit, fish sanctuaries will be created, and rural nature will regain its lost vitality. Experts say that there is no alternative to canal excavation. The excavation and re-excavation program could become a significant step towards restoring environmental balance, increasing in agricultural production, and revitalizing the national economy. Holy Laylatul Qadr, the blessed night, is being observed with due fervor and religious solemnity across the country. The Almighty Allah has given the night of Laylatul Qadr a unique honor. Worship on this night is superior to the worship of 1,000 months. On this night, Allah's endless mercy and blessings are showered and the destiny of humanity is determined. Hoping to attain the blessings of Almighty Allah, devout Muslims spend this holy night in worship and devotion. They seek the boundless mercy, salvation, blessings and forgiveness of the Almighty Allah. All-night religious gatherings, sermons and concluding prayers have been organized at National Mosque, Baitul Mukarram and all other mosques across the country. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has expressed heartfelt greetings and congratulations to the people of the country and all Muslims around the world in a message on the occasion of Holy Laylatul Qadr. In his message, the Prime Minister hoped that the glory of the Holy Laylatul Qadr will bring peace, harmony and welfare into our lives. The Prime Minister said that the night creates a unique opportunity to attain closeness to Almighty Allah through worship, repentance and supplication. He said that the teachings of the Holy Laylatul Qadr inspire us to establish peace, justice and welfare in our personal, social and national life. All lottery systems for admission tests from Class 1 to Class 9 will be cancelled from next year. Education Minister A.N.M. Ihsanul Haq Milon said this to journalists at the Secretariat today. The Education Minister said all schools will revert to admission tests. Advisor to the Prime Minister on Education Ministry, Primary and Mass Education Ministry, Overseas Employment and Expatriate Welfare and Overseas Employment Ministry, Mahdi Amin, was present during the session. Meanwhile, the government has appointed Professor A.B.M. Obaidul Islam as the Vice Chancellor of University of Dhaka. Pro-Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University, Professor Mamoon Ahmed, has been appointed as Chairman of the University Grants Commission. Professor Mohammad Faridul Islam has been selected as the new Vice Chancellor of the University of Rajshahi. Professor Raisuddin, Chair of the Islamic Studies Department, has been nominated as Vice Chancellor of Jagannath University. Professor Siddiqur Rahman Khan has been appointed as Vice Chancellor of Bangladesh Open University. Current Pro-Vice Chancellor of National University, Bangladesh, Professor Muhammad Nurul Islam, has been appointed as the new Vice Chancellor of the Central University. Khulna University of Engineering and Technology has appointed Professor Muhammad Masood as its new Vice Chancellor, while Professor Muhammad Al Furqan has been appointed as the new Vice Chancellor of University of Chittagong. The Education Minister said formal proclamations regarding these appointments will be issued soon. Administrator of the Dhaka South City Corporation, Bir Mukti Juddha Mohammad Abdul Salam, has said that the main congregation of Eid al-Fitr will be held at the National Eidgah at 8:30 a.m. If the weather is unfavorable, the main Eid congregation will take place at 9 a.m. at the Baitul Mukarram National Mosque. He made these remarks today while speaking to journalists after visiting the National Eidgah ground near the Supreme Court. The DSCC administrator said that all necessary preparations have been taken so that worshippers can perform their Eid prayers in a festive and secure environment. Abdul Salam also said that the President, the Prime Minister and other important state dignitaries will offer Eid prayers at the National Eidgah this year. Comprehensive arrangements have been made to ensure the overall security of the worshippers. Special security measures will be in place for the Prime Minister. He added that around 35,000 worshippers will be able to perform Eid prayers at the Eidgah ground this year. Separate prayer arrangements for women have also been made inside the main pavilion. Considering the hot weather, adequate lighting and fan facilities have been arranged. In addition, facilities for wudu, mobile toilets and primary medical services will also be provided for the worshippers. Meanwhile, homebound people have started leaving the capital ahead of Eid al-Fitr, with passenger pressure increasing at Kamalapur railway station. To avoid the last-moment rush, many travellers are setting off early for their villages. Railway authorities have taken several steps, including operating additional trains to ensure a comfortable journey for Eid holiday makers. Officials said that from 16th March until the day before Eid, the weekly off days of all trains have been withdrawn. As a result, 43 pairs of intercity trains will operate daily during the Eid travel period. Currently, around 39 intercity trains are leaving Dhaka every day for different destinations. Meanwhile, security measures at the station have been strengthened to ensure passenger safety. Tickets are being checked in multiple stages to prevent ticketless travel, and mobile codes are being operated. Railway authorities hope that additional and special trains, along with enhanced security measures, will make this year's Eid journey more comfortable. As Eid al-Fitr is knocking the door, homebound people are leaving the capital to celebrate the festival with near and dear ones. Since morning, long-distance buses have been departing from various terminals in the capital for different parts of the country, with terminals bustling with passengers. Passengers have expressed satisfaction, saying that fares fixed by the Bangladesh Road Transport Corporation are being charged. Meanwhile, the Road Transport and Bridges Minister, Sheikh Rabiul Alam, warned that strict legal action will be taken if allegations of overcharging are proven. Bus counter owners also said no additional fare is being charged beyond the BRTC-approved rates, adding that they are working to ensure a safe and comfortable journey for passengers. With Eid al-Fitr approaching, last-minute Eid shopping has picked up momentum across the country. Crowds of shoppers are thronging from footpath shops to large shopping malls. Shoppers are spending busy hours purchasing new clothes for their family members. From morning until late at night, markets and shopping malls are buzzing with shoppers. Brand outlets and retail stores have displayed new collections of festive outfits. From Punjabi saris and three-pieces dresses to fatuas and children's clothing, almost every item carries a festive touch. Traders are also hopeful of good sales during the final days before the festival. Sellers said the crowd grows several times larger, especially in the evening. After finishing their daily work, many people rush to markets to buy their preferred outfits for loved ones. Businessmen are also happy with the growing number of customers. They said sales are increasing not only for clothing but also for shoes, cosmetics and various fashion accessories. To manage the heavy crowd, many markets have taken additional security measures. Shop opening hours have also been extended to facilitate the shoppers. Chief Election Commissioner A.M. Nasiruddin has said that the Election Commission was able to deliver a peaceful and well-organized election with the cooperation of all concerned. He said women did not face any obstacles on the day of voting. The Chief Election Commissioner made the remarks today at a program organized by Election Commission and the UNDP at the Election Building Auditorium on the occasion of International Women's Day. Election Commissioners Abdul Rahman Al-Masood, Begum Tahmida Ahmed and Anwarul Islam Shorkar, Election Commission Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed and UNDP Residential Representative Stephen Lilla, among others, spoke at the event. Nasiruddin said women's participation in the electoral processes needs to be strengthened further. He added that Bangladesh will progress more as more women move forward. Shipping Minister Sheikh Rabiul Alam urged all concerned to remain alert to ensure quality services for homebound Eid passengers even when there is no major security challenge during the journey towards ancestral homes. The minister was sharing views with journalists while visiting Shodarghat launch terminal today. State Minister Habibur Rashid Habib, State Minister Muhammad Rajib Ahsan and senior ministry officials were present. The minister also inaugurated BIWTA vessels MV Rupsha and MV Shugandha on the Dhaka-Hatia route. He exchanged views with homebound passengers and visited the passenger service center. He further inaugurated free-of-cost trolley services and wheelchairs for passengers. Later, Eid gifts were distributed among launch terminal Ghat workers. And now, international.